Long annex to narrow the deficit.
Tell you what, fellas, that could give them the energy boost they've been looking for. Taking it to the rack with power right there.
And hammering down with the two-handed slam.
Just piling on the lead with the dunk like that.
Well, I tell you what, that's fantastic defense on one of the best three-point shooters in the league. The key there was not to give him much space before he took that shot.
And really, Clark, that's the only way you're going to stop him. The defender was all over him with a hand right in his face.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, G. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game.
Catching up on the changes for Sacramento. Caspian, he's checked in for Quincy Ace. Bellinelli comes in for Rudy Gay. Curry's checked in for Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo.
Already seizing control of this game.
Total control, Greg, and as well as they're playing at both ends, I look for this lead to get even larger.
The shot by Bellinelli, no good. Lets it go with the three. And it's Chicago with the rebound. The shot clock and game clock. Brooks with it. Picked up by Collison. From past the arc. And Brooks gets it to go. Brooks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And the wide open shot from Collison. Sacramento again missing. Butler dishes to Noah. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
They are really doing a nice job establishing a presence inside early.
And watch, Clark, how the game plays out, because this is going to open things up on the perimeter.
That'll be a 5-second call. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And looking at what we've seen from Sacramento so far, guys, what do you think?
It's been about the pace. You can see they're going to try to keep this game in the open floor.
Yeah, and, you know, it's been a tempo that they like, and they're getting some easy buckets in transition here.
So for Chicago right now, Derrick Rose is out there with E'Twaun Moore. Then it's Pau Gasol. Then there's Dunleavy. A strong season from Darren Collison cut short last year. Greg shut down at the end of last February.
Yeah, he had that issue with his hip, and that kind of ended things for him in what had been a promising season. A shame, since he was having the best of his career to date.
Cauley Stein kicks to Collison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The Kings need to get off a shot here. The shot by Rondo is no good. Pass to Portis. Shoots it up. And that's an air ball. Not even close.
Collison was having a career year last year, guys. I mean, 16 points a game was a career high for him, and he also shot more threes than ever before.
Down low. The shot misses. So the Bulls will take it the other way. Rose kicks to Moore. Launches the three. And the Bulls get it back. Kings leading now by 9. Gay can't hit. Fast break. Here comes Chicago. Here's Portis. Koufis with the block. And that's out of bounds. Chicago will retain possession. Then McLemore, he's checked in for Darren Collison. Taj Gibson's checked in for Chicago. Justin Holiday comes in for E'Twaun Moore. Here's Gay. The rebound by Holiday.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over him.
Gasol. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. He'll shoot one more at the free throw line. Some changes for Sacramento. DeMarcus Cousins is checked in for Koufos. Quincy Aces come in for Cauley Stein. And it's Bellinelli in for Rudy Gay. And Chicago also making a switch. Butler's checked in. And Gasol, here we go. Nice D from Cousins. From deep, McLemore. Gasol with the rebound.
And former coach of the year, George Karl, making his way back into the league last season. Kings picked him up halfway through the year to kind of stabilize their coaching situation.
The Kings making a switch here. Gay's checked in. Joakim Noah is checked in for the Bulls. Brooks comes in for Derrick Rose. Second chance shot. Can't get it to fall, and he's missed the second after making his first. Here's Rondo. Cousins with a screen for Rondo. Another miss by Rondo. And what a pickup to get a guy like Carl Gregg on their bench, as you mentioned. He's just been a winner, Clark, his entire career.
Well, he's climbing the ladder in the all-time wins category as a coach, and also he's a cancer survivor. He's overcome a battle with cancer, and that also lends itself to having great compassion and respect for George Karl.
As did his son Kobe.
That's
Remember
right.
that? Yeah.
That's right. It's a family affair.
Gay, that's a two-pointer. Offensive rebound. Here's AC. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. And it's Doug McDermott in for Jimmy Butler.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Here's McLemore. The fast break ends at the rim with a jam.
I like the fact that he led his teammate right to the ideal spots. You don't always throw it to your teammate. You throw it to where he needs to be.
5 seconds left to play in the first half. A three from Gay. Can't get it to go. And so that... And the third quarter about ready to get underway.
McLemore has been all sorts of trouble for him. He has 9 points, and from long range, he's hit 1 3-pointer.
And when it's all said and done, I got a sneaky suspicion he's going to have a few more.
And now the third quarter about to get going. Kings leading now by 8. McLemore and Gay on the perimeter. Quincy AC out there with DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Rondo in a guard position. So that's the 5 in the game for Sacramento.
And really the defense fouling there to prevent the layup, but that's exactly what you need to do.
It is. I mean, him go to the line.
Thinking about DeMarcus Cousins, Clark, when he was selected, people questioned whether he could stay out of trouble. Many doubted that, he could, but he has stayed clean really since day one.
Yeah, going back 5 years ago, a beat writer actually had the audacity to say he would end up in jail at some point. But Cousins has proved him and others wrong.
Kings shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And the foul on Derrick Rose. And some changes here for the Kings. Caspian, he's checked in for Gay. Curry comes in for Ben McLemore. And it's Collison in for Rajon Rondo. Here's Curry. 3 from the inbound.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
You're no doubt about it. The defense, you can see him exhaling right now. Fortunate that he didn't knock that one down.
To the wing right side. Dunleavy's shot is off.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
It's a stark discrepancy when you look at the assist columns and you see that difference as far as the fluidity in their respective offenses.
Some changes for Sacramento. Koufos comes in for DeMarcus Cousins. And it's Bellinelli in for Quincy Acey. The Kings were off to a hot start last year, but things certainly fell apart midway. A big factor in that was the messy firing of their coach, Mike Malone.
Yeah, really, that firing came out of nowhere to the fans and the players, and seemed odd to fire a coach that has been leading his team to good basketball.
The tenacity on that interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points. I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat. And, you know, we'll never really know the full details of why Malone was fired, but the effect it had on the team was easy to see. Kings really tailspinned out of control afterward.
Rose attacking. Inside. Here's Curry with the 3. Some solid defense from Butler.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Will not go. This is off the front iron.
You know, the Kings, I think, will look back and realize they made a dubious decision the way they handled that coaching change. I mean, lucky for them, they were able to right things, so to speak, by landing George Karl later on. Clearly one of the better coaches in NBA history.
At the line for 2.
Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired it and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he's become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
McDermott, no one around him. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks.
The entire defense was frozen-footed. Nobody picked up the shooter, Kevin.
Second chance shot. And it's good on the way in. And the Kings lead by 11.
And guys, that kind of sums it up right there. I mean, one team getting after it, hustling.
Talking about Dunleavy, boy, I tell you, he was playing at a high level already by his second season in the league. Practically every statistic across the board matches up since then. And that's over a decade later.
Here's McDermott. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Koufos has got his 4th rebound in this one. And finished off by McDermott.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. Kings lead by 11. And we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the 4th. On the court for the Bulls, getting this 4th quarter started. They've got Jimmy Butler. Pau Gasol is out there with Portis. And it's Rose. And it's Moore in at the 2. Here's Gasol. Fades away.
You know, the right thing there to try to fade away with the D all over him, but that is a difficult shot to sink. And an open path to the hoop there. Easy bucket. We've seen that far too many times today.
Portis can't get it to go.
And sometimes he can hit that deep three, but it's not a high percentage shot for him.
Yeah, even for him, that's out of his range. How about that? Breaking out the Statue of Liberty on that dunk.
A nice way to pad that lead a little more.
Yes, indeed.
Quincy Aces checked in for Sacramento. Curry comes in for Ben McLemore. Then for the Bulls, Gibson comes in for Portis, and Dunleavy subbed in for Moore.
At the line for your Kings.
One thing to say about Rajon Rondo's career, he's come up big in the biggest of games, had 6 steals in the closeout game that gave Boston its 17th championship. Remember that back in 2008 for Coach Doc Rivers?
I really do. And after that Boston win in the series against the Lakers, Phil Jackson called Rondo the star of Game 6. Everyone had always talked about the big 3 in Boston. That year, it was the big 4.
Bulls trail by 17. Rose kicks to Gasol. Curry outside, but they'll get another chance. Good ball movement here by the Kings. For 3. Again, Curry missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
And it's Butler missing. Kings leading now by 17. And that one's good by Gay.
You got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
They've done a lot of things well today, but really it's about what they've done on the backboard that's at the top of that list.
Then Gasol with the dunk.
He sniffed out that board and then powered it back in.
Pure Mike Clark, so strong going back up with that one.
Playing to his strength, too, guys. That's what he's capable of.
Darren Collison, he's checked in for the Kings. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far. They didn't get a chance to knock one down in the first, but the defense left him a look, and he nailed it. He'll make them pay when he's open.
And if you thought this game was over already, you're probably right.
Yeah, I would agree. I mean, it's staring us right in the face, and we've been around long enough to know when a game is over. And this one is in that category.
That is good. And the Kings lead by 17.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain that.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too. Very nice pickup of the offensive rebound. And once he gets his hands on it, you know it's going back up and back in. And, you know, guys, Taj Gibson now has 6 full seasons in the NBA. Already 30 years old. Seems like just yesterday he was being drafted.
The Kings making a switch here. McLemore is checked in.
Ben McLemore.
1:30 left in the 4th quarter. Dishes to AC. Outside Collison. The pass to Gay. There's the feed to AC. Tries again. McLemore. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Sacramento.
The coaching staff must be happy that they controlled their turnovers so well in this game.
Yeah, I like the discipline, the self-control, and the patience, Kevin.
I mean, when you look at the stats, you'll see just how dominant a game this was for Cousins. He did all the dirty work that they needed, clearing out space underneath and securing rebounds.
Getting back to Gibson, he was one of the oldest college freshmen in the country at age 21. Played 3 years at USC. Then he was one of the oldest players in the 2009 draft, even though he declared as a junior.
Yeah, I think the NBA is the only profession where it hurts you to have a lot of experience coming out, because that's one reason why he did drop. I mean, had he been a couple years younger, with his length and athleticism, he very well could have been a top 10 pick. But I tell you what, the Bulls are happy that he wasn't. And that's just a little more for these fans to cheer about as they get ready to celebrate a W.
Well, let the party start. The celebration begins, and they're going to let their guys hear it.
Gibson with the steal. Butler. So it's the Kings winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that about wraps it up. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for tuning in. We'll see you later. It's the home of the 76ers here in Philadelphia as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the Wells Fargo Center. We're all set to bring you NBA action. This is Kevin Harlan with Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony, and on the sideline tonight, Doris Burke. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting 5 on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. And it's Rose in at the 1 spot.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Outside Gibson. Butler on the way. Takes a 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Cannon dishes to Smith. From 12 feet out. Another shot. And Gibson sends it back. And now the fast break. Gibson with the ball. And they're pushing it up. Deflects the pass. Covington's shot is off.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off. And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, you know, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg. They've had a cold start so far, just 1 of 5 from the floor here early.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
Looking to end the run. And Smith puts it in.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Outside Butler. In the corner, it's Dunleavy. Back to Butler. 6 on the shot clock. And a miss there on the triple.
You know, Jimmy Butler is one of those guys who had to overcome major odds just to get to the NBA. Reportedly, his father abandoned the family when Jimmy was an infant. Mom kicked Jimmy out when he was 13. The obstacles and adversity go on, yet he's made it and made it big.
And going back to Jimmy Butler, there were just so many times when he was set up to fail. He was not heavily recruited out of high school. He was even homeless when he was in high school in the Houston area. Went to a junior college, then Marquette, now in the NBA. So he played his freshman year at a junior college, which I think humbled him just a bit, but maybe gave him that work ethic that is so much, Greg, a part of his game now.
And Kevin, the talent was there. And most of all, as we see how he dealt with adversity, the heart was there. He blocked out the distractions. It finally transferred to a major college and worked.
Look at that jam! I mean, just beautiful. Now, Clark, that is just ridiculous.
Absolutely filthy. I don't remember
ever
seeing a dunk like that in a game. I certainly can't remember the last time I saw
tell
one.
you what, fellas, you might not see another one like that one for a while.
And it's a completely new group here for Philadelphia. So Chicago going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah is checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Derrick Rose. Brooks, the pass to McDermott. Back to Brooks. The long distance 3 is buried. Brooks has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And let's get your guys' take now on the hustle stats for the Bulls.
Well, you have to admire their intensity in the paint defensively. I mean, really contesting and even blocking shots. Definitely a factor early.
Yeah, the other thing, though, is they have attacked in the open floor. They're definitely getting a lot of easy ones that way.
And stolen by Noel. To the middle. Here's Landry. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And for Carl Landry, he powered his way through the league a few years back, but somewhere along the line, Clark, his game kind of topped out.
His best season, Kevin, he averaged 18 and 7. I think injuries have been a factor, but last year was down to 7 and 4 his game averages, so he's starting to slide.
Nick Stauskas is checked in for Thompson. And Chicago also making a switch. Morris checked in for Jimmy Butler. Brooks with no one around. Trains it from beyond the arc. Brooks has got 6.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
And that's because the ball is looking for the best shot, and it's really paid off for them during the run. They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Yeah, sensational is a really good word for it, Greg. They're tearing it up on the glass. Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful two-hand jam, you're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this lead will start shrinking even further.
Grant outside. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's the Bulls leading by 4. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. looking at what we've seen from the Bulls, what do you guys think?
You know what? They're dominating on the backboards. They have controlled the paint thus far.
Flexing their muscles down low, and they've limited second chances too, guys.
Ish Smith is out there with Stauskas. Then there's Okafor. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Embiid in the 5, roaming the paint. That's the group for Philadelphia to start the second quarter.
Yeah, I love the communication and the chemistry between those teammates.
Shot from the top of the key. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
You know, there's no better sign of how efficiently a team is operating than their assist numbers. And theirs are fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Philadelphia last year struggled in a number of ways, Greg. The big one was they couldn't make shots as a team. Very basic.
Kevin, lowest field goal percentage in the entire league. And by a wide margin. Hard to get any wins when that's the case.
Over in the corner, Rose puts up a 3. Here's Gasol. And the layup falls. Gasol's got his first basket.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Guys, that's been the key to their lead. I mean, simply put, the effort they've displayed on the glass has been the difference.
And the 76ers with some changes. Thompson comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Isaiah Cannon in for Stauskas. And Chicago also making a switch. Butler's checked in. Smith for 3. Can't get it to go. So the Bulls will take it the other way.
And, you know, the Sixers did end with the lowest field goal percentage in the league. Shot just under 41% on the season. Easily put them in last place, and you can't win if you shoot that poorly.
This one for 3. And that one's good. Smith's got 5 now.
And they may be leaning a little too heavily on the three-pointer when there are better looks to be had inside.
Yeah, and it's one thing when your shots are falling from the perimeter, but when you go cold and things aren't going as well, you've got to get that thing inside. Mix it up a little bit.
And guys, you would have hoped the 76ers would have improved over the course of the season, but really their shooting got worse after the All-Star break, dropping below 40%.
Dunleavy's shot is off. The 76ers trailed by 5. Moving it up. Smith gets it to go on the assist by Thompson. That's 7 points for Smith.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Taj Gibson's checked in for the Bulls. Passes it to Dunleavy. He kicks it to Gasol. Left side, Butler. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
For Philadelphia, they've gone 3 of 7 shooting the ball here in the second quarter. Rejected by Gasol. Dunleavy kicks to Gasol. The kick out to Rose. From about 19 feet. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Rose has got 4 points this quarter. Derrick Rose has certainly piled up the awards for such a young player, starting with Rookie of the Year, the 111 first-place votes to only 5 for the runner-up. We know about his MVP, and that just shines out so brightly for him.
And how about he and Michael Jordan, the only MVPs in Chicago Bulls history.
But they'll get another chance. From deep three-point range, that doesn't go either for Rose. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Embiid.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Mike Dunleavy. And Brooks subbed in for Rose. Noah kicks to Gibson. 5 on the clock. Here's Mirotic. They get it back. Here's Noah. The shot is off. The 76ers trail by 5. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Cannon from beyond the arc and then some. Cannon's got 5 now.
You know, looking back to Rose's MVP award, his stats were on another planet that year. He was only the 3rd player to record 2,000 points and 600 assists in a single season since 1973. The other two, LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Both teams will make substitutions. Poke loose. It's Brooks on the wing. He feeds it to McDermott. Offline with his 3. Philadelphia has gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter.
Hard to get that one off with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But, boy, that was a nice job.
The offensive rebound. Moore with the block. Grant dishes to Embiid. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. The drive by Brooks. Pass to Mirotic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Brooks. Mirotic has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
That's large to end the half. That 3 ties it up, and they'll go to the break still neck and neck.
It's all tied in Philadelphia. We're going to step And we welcome you back. Glad to have you with us as more basketball is on the way. During the break, the players getting refueled with Gatorade. They're looking amped up and ready to get going once again. Well, both sides have assessed what they need to do over the break in halftime. We'll see now if one can pull out a way here in the 3rd. So for Chicago right now, Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Rose in at the point guard.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way. No doubt they've been winning on the backcourt.
So many people overlook Pau Gasol prior to last season. Seemed to think that Clark, he was past his prime.
Well, he was a starter in the All-Star game and a huge reason the Bulls played as well as they did. It was a big season for him. A lot of GMs shaking their head for not going harder after him.
Here's Chicago. Here's Smith. They get the rebound. And Embiid gets it to go. Embiid's got the lead up to 2 now for the 76ers.
His hard work on the backboard really just has given them more opportunities to score.
Covington gets to Smith. Now the dish to Dunleavy. Launches it. Looking for Gasol. He gets it there. Takes the 3. And again, no good by Chicago.
3 straight misses here to start the second half.
And Embiid throws it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And the 76ers making a change here. Noel's checked in.
One more time, give it up for your dream team.
Rose up on top, covered by Smith. Rose goes in. Right wing. Now Dunleavy. 5 points in the game. 3 on the clock. The Bulls need to get a shot off here. They grab their own miss. Kicks it out to Gibson. Puts up the baby hook. And stolen by Noel. And it's Okafor off the drive. Oh, he misses the dunk.
And injuries, once again, were a central theme of the Bulls' season last year. Losing Rose was one thing, but then having Jimmy Butler lose a lot of time put them in such a tough spot.
Smith, the pass to Cannon. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Cannon's got the lead back up to 4 now for the 76ers. And stolen by Noel. And he's going up for the alley-oop. And it's Rose penetrating. And Gasol gets it to go. And for the Bulls and injuries, a lot of teams plan for these type of things. There's only so much Clark can do to mitigate losing your starting backcourt.
But I tell you, great respect and admiration for the Bulls for how they fought through the difficulty. I mean, their front court did what they could. The injuries, once again, I thought turned the Bulls from championship contenders to just a playoff team.
Here's what Chicago's going with right now. Joakim Noah's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. And Justin Holiday subbed in for Dunleavy. Here's Mirotic from past the arc. And it's Noel with the rebound. Covington with the bucket.
Defensively, guys, they just don't seem to be giving the same kind of effort that they were in the first half of the game.
Butler goes in. Stolen by Landry. Noel dishes to Landry. Kicks to Covington. Fires the 3. But they get it back. From downtown. Good. 10 points for him.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Noah kicks to Rose. The feed now to Mirotic. Rose passes to Holiday. Back to Rose. Just 5 to shoot. Will it go? Offensive rebound. The shot is off. The 76ers leading by 9. Thompson dishes to Landry. Pushing their lead to double digits.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, he's checked in for Landry. Grant comes in for Robert Covington. And Nick Stauskas is subbed in. Chicago also making some changes. Doug McDermott, he's checked in for Jimmy Butler. Etuan Moore comes in for Justin Holiday. And Brooks. And as we end the third quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Philadelphia ahead, ending the third quarter on a 15-4 run. Live from Philadelphia, you're watching 2K Sports. And we're rolling here again with the fourth quarter. Might not come down to the wire, but you never know. Grant is out there with Okafor. Then there's Embiid. And it's Smith. And it's Cannon in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. Moore. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Mike Dunleavy, he's checked in for McDermott. Smith for 3. Smith missing again.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
Watching Mike Dunleavy Jr., he's simply the mark of consistency. We know he's in his mid-30s, but you know exactly what you're going to get out of him every season. I think Tom Thibodeau, last year's Chicago coach, really admired that and loved it.
It's so funny watching Mike Dunleavy Jr. play. I remember when his dad coached me when I was with Portland, and he was a little kid running around, and all of a sudden he become this great NBA player. But you're right, though. He's made himself into a valuable asset in terms of the role he's been given for the Bulls.
Brooks kicks to Gibson. There's the pick. Here's more. Hits the three-point bomb.
They're simply living and dying from behind the arc in the second half. And I don't think that's the way to go here. They're trailing. The three-point shot can be used, but they've got to balance it out.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for Philadelphia?
Guys, the passing we've seen from them has been tremendous. Very unselfish.
They do, and you also see a lot of points have come off the dribble penetration. They've been aggressive on the bounce at attacking the defense.
The 76ers making a switch here. Covington's checked in and finished off by Gasol.
And really nothing like a good old-fashioned throwdown to get a team going.
And Greg, they do need to get going. They wouldn't mind, shaving a couple more points off that lead right away.
Well, if the defense keeps giving up easy baskets like that, it won't be a lead for long. Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too. Boy, this defense is getting eaten up on the inside, guys, giving up far too many free runs to the rim.
And they haven't been able to return the favor with their offense in the paint because that has not been up to par. I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He is not happy with the sloppy play offensively, saying, listen, let's make the simple play. Take care of the basketball. We can't afford to waste any possessions. Guys, can they clean it up?
Well, that's one thing they've been doing extremely well, corralling those caroms.
Yeah, that's about the only thing, because not a whole lot else going right for him thus far. Well, he had 1 3-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
Rose kicks to Dunleavy. Plenty of space. The shot no good. And it's Philadelphia the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And now Rose running the floor all by himself. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
And I like how he puts himself in position there to finish on the break.
Yeah, that's what we call seeing and feeling the game. Excellent read of how that play was going to develop and where the ball was going. That's stuff that you oftentimes can't teach, Greg.
The 76ers leading by 10. Smith kicks to Cannon. Fires for 3. And it's Smith missing.
He's got to know not to take that shot when he's so closely defended.
And it's Gibson, that time on the assist by Rose. Gibson's got it back down to single digits for the Bulls. Gasol with the steal. Now here's Rose, the fast break opportunity. And Dunleavy gets it to go in.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there. Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam?
Here's Cannon, defended by Butler. Smith for 3. And the 76ers get it back. Cannon the pass to Embiid. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Okafor with no one around. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Poked away. Embiid with the steal. Rose with some nice D.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
For 3, Dunleavy. And the rejection by Embiid. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Bulls will retain possession. Nerlens Noel checks in for Philadelphia.
Nerlens Noel.
Knocked loose. Gibson dishes to Butler. Pulls it from 20. They get it back. Rose kicks to Dunleavy. From deep three-point range.
Tell you what, the defense has nothing to worry about out there with him shooting. I mean, he can't dial it in from deep this half at all.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Rose passes to Butler. He dishes it to Gibson. Can't get it to go. Excellent D there from Okafor. There's the lob to the hoop. And Noel throws it down.
And just a terrific job of taking care of business in front of the home fans.
And, Greg, those fans had a hand in the win. I mean, they gave this team a big lift throughout the game. I thought there was great energy in the building.
Here's Gasol. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
I tell you what a good thing that he showed up today, because without him, this thing would already be over.
So it's Philadelphia winning this one easily. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that'll do it, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.